Look around you, your phone, your clothes, your laptop, your kids' toys. Odds are they're all connected to China. It's not just about a Made in China label, it's about a vast, intricate network that powers the global economy. Every product is the result of countless factories, workers and supply chains woven together across China. This system didn't appear overnight. It's the product of decades of ambition, migration and relentless transformation. Millions left rural homes for factory jobs, building the gadgets and clothes we rely on. China's supply chain is more than economics. It's a human story, and it's the backbone of modern life. The real story isn't just cheap labor, it's about massive infrastructure, high-speed rail, and cities where every component for a smartphone is made within miles. This web of production and logistics makes China the world's supply chain superpower. Global companies, and all of us, depend on it, often without realizing it. It's not just where things are made, but how fast, how efficiently, and at what price. In this video, we'll explore how China built this system, how it works, and why its future will shape our own. Welcome to the heart of the global economy. Before its rise, China was a closed agrarian society. The idea of it supplying the world was unimaginable. Everything changed in the late 1970s when Deng Xiaoping launched reform and opening up. Special economic zones like Shenzhen became laboratories for capitalism, attracting foreign investment and millions of rural workers. These workers powered China's first manufacturing boom, assembling toys, textiles, and electronics. For global companies, China offered low costs and a vast labor force, an irresistible combination. The partnership between foreign capital and Chinese labor reshaped global trade. Success led to rapid expansion, sleepy towns became industrial giants, and foreign investment poured in. China's 2001 entry into the World Trade Organization broke down the last barriers. Suddenly, China was fully integrated into global supply chains. The world's factory was no longer a concept, it was reality, producing goods for every corner of the planet. This transformation set the stage for China's dominance in manufacturing. The world would never be the same. China's supply chain power is about scale and speed. 7 of the world's 10 busiest ports are in China. The port of Shanghai moves more cargo than all US ports combined. These aren't just docks, they're automated cities running 24/7. Inland, China's high-speed rail network is the world's largest, connecting factories and cities in hours. Highways and logistics hubs move goods from deep inland to the coast at record speed. The real magic is in the supplier ecosystem. In cities like Shenzhen, every part for a smartphone is made nearby. This clustering allows for rapid prototyping and massive production on short notice. If Apple needs to ramp up iPhone production, it happens in China. Fast. Western companies marvel at Shenzhen's speed. Prototypes delivered overnight, not weeks. China's system is built for instant response and flexibility. This is why China isn't just the cheapest place to make things, it's the only place that can do it at this scale and pace. It's a symphony of logistics, technology, and human effort. The old story of cheap labor is outdated. China is now a high-tech manufacturing powerhouse. Smart factories use automation, robotics, and AI to drive efficiency and innovation. Walk into a modern Chinese factory and you'll see robotic arms, automated vehicles, and real-time data monitoring. This leap is part of Made in China 2025, a national push to lead in robotics, aerospace, and electric vehicles. Automation means round-the-clock production, fewer errors, and lower costs. Factories can quickly switch production lines, responding instantly to market changes. China now competes on quality, speed, and technology, not just price. Companies like Huawei, DJI, and BYD are global innovators, not just manufacturers. Chinese suppliers are active partners, improving designs and processes. The supply chain is evolving from imitation to innovation. China is no longer just assembling products, it's inventing them. This shift is redefining what Made in China means. Talk of decoupling from China is everywhere, but the reality is far more complicated. China's supplier ecosystem is unmatched. Millions of specialized factories, all deeply interconnected. Move assembly to Vietnam or India, and you still need parts from China, adding cost and complexity. Rebuilding this network elsewhere would take decades and trillions of dollars. China's skilled workforce and manufacturing know-how are irreplaceable. Other countries may have cheap labor, but not China's expertise or scale. Training a new workforce to China's level is a massive challenge. China is also a huge consumer market. Over 400 million middle-class buyers. For global brands, manufacturing in China means being close to their biggest customers. The in China for China strategy is now the norm. China's dual role as producer and consumer creates a gravitational pull that's hard to escape. The world's dependence on China is deep, structural, and not easily undone. Imagine China's supply chain suddenly stopping. The impact would be immediate and severe. Store shelves would empty, electronics, clothes, toys, and more would vanish. Prices would soar, and shortages would hit consumers everywhere. Industries worldwide would grind to a halt. Automakers, construction, even healthcare. China supplies key ingredients for thousands of essential medicines. A halt would trigger global shortages, even in life-saving drugs. The economic fallout? Catastrophic. Trade would collapse, companies would fail, and markets would crash. Governments would face inflation, unemployment, and chaos. Rebuilding supply chains elsewhere would take years and cost trillions. The era of cheap, abundant goods would end. The world's reliance on China isn't a minor risk, it's a fundamental reality. Our global economy is tied to China's factories and ports. China's supply chain story is one of relentless change, from rural factories to AI-driven innovation. China is now woven into the global economy as an indispensable engine of modern life. Despite talk of diversification, China's scale, speed, and integration aren't going away. For most companies, the question isn't whether to be in China, but how to manage their presence there. The China Plus One strategy, keeping core operations in China while exploring alternatives, reflects this reality. China's supply chain will keep evolving, with more focus on high-tech, green energy, and digital innovation. The Made in China label will soon mean cutting-edge research and design, not just assembly. The world's dependence will shift from labor to technology and innovation. Understanding China's supply chain is key to understanding our world today and tomorrow. It's a system of immense complexity and ambition, lifting millions from poverty and powering global growth. The invisible threads connecting us to China are not easily broken. They are the enduring fabric of our interconnected global economy.